Hello everyone, it's Melly. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you're, please don't forget to subscribe down below. If you like my content, I will be very happy to welcome you into our community. And for those of you who return to my channel, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Today I will go and talk about the makeup that I used the most in 2020, and I will try it on for you guys. So without further ado, let's begin. So let's begin with the primer, and the primer I used the most in 2020 is from e.l.f. It's the Poreless Pretty Primer. It's really the one that I grab every time that I want to put makeup on, and I really like the texture. I really think that it helps blurring the face. Obviously I don't have like a photoshopped skin after what you see on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It's just not the truth. Okay, people, it's okay to have pores even after putting makeup on. I'm just telling you because I used to be so embarrassed of my skin, and looking at other online, I was like, what am I doing wrong? Why do I still have texture on my skin? It's just normal. That's called skin. Okay, so it's not a default or whatever, it's just the way we are made. Yeah. So what I do is I apply that on the nose, on the cheek, on the chin, and a little bit on the forehead. And I'm just tapping and pushing the product on the skin. For foundation now, I have 3 that I picked in my collection. The first one is from Shiseido. It's the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It is oil-free. It has an SPF 30. As I have mixed skin type, I appreciate this foundation because it helps with heat, humidity, oil, and facial movement apparently. But it really have a beautiful finish. It lasts during the day. It is weightless. I don't feel cakey. It's buildable. It's medium to full coverage, I would say. So it's really a foundation that I enjoy, and it is the one that I'm going to use today. What I appreciate in this foundation is that it's not completely matte, but it's not luminous. It's really in between, so I really like the effect on the skin. The thing though, it is very expensive. I bought it because it was on sale, so I was able to buy it. I don't know if I will buy it again if I don't see it on sale, because it was really expensive. From Pony Effect, it is the Everlasting Cushion Foundation. And this one is way more hydrating, moisturizing. It gives a more luminous finish to the skin. So this one, for example, I know for sure that I will have to put some powder on the nose, on the T-zone, if I want to last. And during the day also I will have to put a little bit of powder. But I really enjoy the effect on the skin. Really, really pretty and weightless. That's really something that I was looking for this year on my foundation, something weightless but still have that still has covering. So really enjoy this one. And the last one that I discovered that I wanted to talk to you about, it's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I was a little bit disappointed at first because I wouldn't say that it is full coverage. Because, for example, look at my skin right now. If I am putting this foundation, I still will have to put some concealer on top of my redness and all. But I appreciate that it is a matte foundation, or semi-matte to matte foundation, that is really breathable, not cakey, very weightless, and lasts all day long. So that's also a foundation that I recommend. Then the concealer that I used the most this year was this one. It's from the brand The Same. I think it's what it's called. It is the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer. It's from Korea. I have the shade 1. And when I received it, no, I bought it, but when the package arrived, I was surprised. I was like, oh my god, it's so small. But you don't need a lot of this concealer to have a good coverage for your under eyes, and it is the one that I use the most because it is creamy but not too much. You have a good coverage, but you don't feel it under your eyes. It's really a good one. I bought it on YesStyle. I have a link under on my description box if you want to try this product with a discount code that you can use. It is an affiliate link, so you can see the difference between the two eyes. Well, I have a little bit there, but I think you can still see the difference. With my age, I prefer a little bit less concealer, but one that is really working, and I put a little bit there and going upward with my sponge to really have this brightening effect and really elevate all your face. But you can see I have a little scar right there, and we can barely see it with the concealer. It's my baby girl that really have a savage love for me. Now powder, the one that I'm using the most, or the one that I used the most this year, was from 8BH. It is the loose setting powder in the color Vanilla. I really like this powder because it's really fine, but not too fine, as I'm using the sponge to apply it. That really disappear into the sponge. It's not the case, and I really find this blurring effect on my cheek, and it's the one that I'm using also under the eyes. I don't use powder necessarily all over the face because I just don't feel the need to, but under the eyes and a little bit on the nose, and at the moment I'm on the chin also, as I have a lot of imperfection because of the stress, like I said before. But anyway, so as I put some concealer down there, I prefer to powder so it doesn't move. Let's talk blushes. Blushes was really, for me, in 2020, the revelation. I discovered that I freaking love blush. So I don't want to talk about too much blush right now. You have my blush collection if you want to on my YouTube channel. I will link it right here. I was like, okay, two palettes for you guys. And if you really want to, I can do, for example, on Instagram, some single blush, for example, on my Insta story, or taking a picture. You let me know down below if it is something that would interest you. But for palette, I have this one, the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism palette, that I freaking enjoy. First of all, the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I think that Lunar Beauty has the best packaging ever. That's it. You have a mirror and you have those beautiful colors. For me, it is perfection because I love peach as a blush. If you don't know it yet, if you're new, maybe, welcome. Anyway, you have such beautiful color, and I will show you on the clip video where I'm putting the blush, but I enjoy taking this color, Pink Moon, all over my nose and the beginning of the cheek to have this baby doll effect. Then I am taking, sometimes it is Twilight, sometimes Soleil. Twilight, it's a peach, Soleil, it's a pink with a gold reflect, and this one, Stargaze, it's like a dusty rose. So I take one of them, or I do a mix, it depends. And I put it on the cheek where you normally apply your blush, staying in the side of the face. And then on the temples, I like to take Spacey or sometimes Gravity, but most of the time it's Spacey. It's a beautiful deep mauvey pink blush that I don't have in my collection, I mean, except in this palette, but really unique blush. I really enjoy it. To have this deeper effect on the side. So that's something that I'm doing a lot every time that I put makeup on. I freaking enjoy this palette. And I want to give a shout out to the Bellini palette from BH Cosmetic that I talked very much about on this channel this year. You have your Paradise of Peach blush. It is a more affordable palette compared to the Lunar Beauty one. But you have your baby doll pink right here, and you have your peaches going to the lightest to the deepest color. This one also, it's a deep orange. It is perfect on the skin, very, very pretty, even if I am fair. All the colors are just gorgeous, very pigmented, blendable, really recommend. And there is still my Alamar cosmetic that I enjoy a lot, that I talked about, I think, last year. It's still a very good palette. So as you can see, I'm really not afraid of blush. I put a lot of blush, so obviously you do what you prefer. If you know, do a little bit less or more, you do you. But I don't know if you noticed, but I'm always beginning right here, going down versus right here going up, because otherwise you will have more pigmentation right here, and I prefer to go from up to down and blend this way, so it is easier for me to control the pigmentation on the cheek. My little kitty. That's Chandler Bing, one of my cat. He's like, let me go, mommy, I want to eat. So I was so impatient to talk about blushes that I forgot the bronzer. The one that I used the most is the one from Nabla in the color Ambra. It's the Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder. It is very natural though, so if I want a little bit of a kick, I will use the Benefit Hoola bronzer. So this one, if I want to have a little bit more color and structure to the face. This one is very pretty, not powdery at all. And like I said, I have the impression that you can really go in with this bronzer. For highlighter, the one that I really recommend, or the one that I used the most this year, I think I will go for Wet n Wild. This one or the other more famous one, but still from Wet n Wild. This one is After Sex Glow. You have, okay, you have the blush, you have the highlight, and I think they are very pigmented, very pretty on the skin, very glowy. It's not for someone who doesn't like glowy highlights, because it is very reflective. It is very inexpensive and very pretty and effective on the skin. Another highlight that I recommend, or that I used a lot this year, is the Marc Jacobs Worth the Wait number 80. It is this one. And this one I use always on the top of the cheek right here to give even more glow into the face. It's a vanilla frosting highlight, absolutely beautiful. For the brows, I am going to use the Etude House that I bought on Yes Style. Also, it is a drawing eyebrow, and you have from one side a little triangle shape to do little hair. and on the other side the brush. Brows are really something that I don't enjoy doing. I think it's boring, but I can't deny that when it's done, it's really changing the game. So it is the pencil that I used the most this year. For the eyes now, you will not be surprised. The one that I used every time is the P. Louise Base Pro. I have the base 2. I think I want to invest in the base one, the white, you know. The other day I was doing makeup and I thought I was going for a very light eyeshadow makeup. So I didn't put the base on. Actually, I went for blue makeup and all, so not a little bit of eyeshadow. And I really saw the difference. Pigmentation was not pigmented as I was used to. So I was like shocked. I was like, oh yeah, the base really do a difference when you put it on and when you're not. For eyeshadow palette, it's quite, I can't tell you what palette I am using. I was using the most during this year because I have a ton of them and I do enjoy to switch palette and not using the same every day, and sometimes, as you already know maybe, but I use a palette and then an eyeshadow from another palette, so I like to mix it up. So today I will just use a palette that was, you know, first in my drawer, and I'm gonna use Beauty Bay Nikki palette and maybe the Book of Magic from Beauty Bay also. For the eyes also, something that I recommend, it's from BBIA. It is those kind of product. It is a very fine brush that you can use to do an eyeliner or under the brows or in the inner corner, and I think they're very pretty and practical to use, and I bought it on Yes Style also. For eye pencil, I used the Beauty Bay eye pencil. I have 3 color at the moment. They're pastel color. I have minted, blue sky, and aurora. And another eye pencil that I was really impressed with, it's the ColourPop, and I have the color Marigold from the collaboration with Christy. But today I am gonna use Aurora. It is like a lilac pastel color. Mascara, I will go for the Marc Jacobs. I have the primer and I have the mascara, obviously. I have false lashes on, and now for the lips, the one that I really couldn't not talk about. It's from Alamar Cosmetic in the color Dolce, the lip liner that I used and used and used again. And then for lipstick, it's kind of hard for me to choose because I have really a lot of lashes. N'importe quoi. I have a lot of lipstick and I like to switch it up. So I would say for a lipstick that you can wear under your mask when you're going out, it is the Superstay Matte Ink from Maybelline that I really recommend. They're very great at staying on the lips. They don't transfer, they're really good. And there is this one also it's from L'Oreal. It's the collection Les Chocolats. It's the Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick. And I will put this one today. And for gloss, the one that I used the most was the Fenty Beauty again. And I have the color Fenty Glow. And the one that I discovered recently that I really enjoy, it's from Colourpop. It's the Luxe Gloss, the collaboration with Christy, and I have the color Wildflower. So both really great glosses. And to finish up, the best mist, it's still for me the Forcelli Rose Gold Skin Mist that I really enjoy. It's really a mist that it's not too, that doesn't attack you, you know. And there is some gold, so it's really extra. And I like the feeling on the skin. I really have the impression that it gives moisture and helping the skin to get back to life, you know, and doesn't have this powdery effect anymore. So that's really something that I enjoy and that I will buy again at the end of this bottle. So here you go, guys. It was all the product that I used the most this year. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys a very good 2021 year. I hope, obviously, that it's gonna be a good one, that we will have better health, obviously. What I can recommend is really boosting your immunity system, because I don't think that this virus will go anywhere. Not that I want to bring negativity or something into your mind, but if I want to be honest and looking at the fact, I don't think that the virus is going anywhere. So really protect yourself and boost your immunity system. It's my advice for you guys. But I hope that you will find happiness, love, that you will be with people that really appreciate you and love you for who you are. And I wish you a lot of success in your in this next year. Like the video if you did like it, share with a friend who loves makeup as well, and I see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.